The first round of the NBA playoffs continues as we get ready for Game 2 on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Boston Celtics. Hey, everyone. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Celtics coming in. They were the surprise winners in Game 1, and as a visiting club, just getting one of those first 2 games, so important. They've got a chance now to get both.
And what a performance in Game 1. You steal the opener on the road, you take a home court advantage right away. Now you've got the opportunity to take real control and take a 2-0 lead back to your place for Game 3.
No good and no foul. Into the front court, it's Walker. Just underway. Happy you're with us for Game 2. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
To Hayward. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Nice pass to set things up.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Hayward. Boston with 4 to shoot. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. Missed his first. That one goes.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Fred VanVleet to Gasol. The shot almost. Brown with it up top. He'll run the offense. It's a big finish. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Nothing going here on that drive. Enes Kanter with a piece. Going the other way. Gasol, good for 2. Great footwork once again.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Hayward. That pass taken away by Toronto.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
And a nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down 2. And scores.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Fred VanVleet. To Gasol. Down low. Marc Gasol. 3 for 4. Good start.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Walker to Kanter. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
He gets it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 of 4 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Lynn. 4-3. Offensive board. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Gasol knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Pascal Siakam pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Ibaka. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Lowry. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Pascal Siakam, couple of free throws on the way. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. The drive, right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Serge Ibaka sends it away. And it's Cantor, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Hayward. Driving right to the basket. Hayward. Not today. Lowry. Can't connect. Hayward buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
And he draws contact. 2 shots coming up for the Spaniard, the All-Star, Marc Gasol.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Marc Gasol has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 77% at the line. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Late heave to beat the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. To Hayward. Lowry into the front court. Up by 3. Serge Ibaka. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
That's it? That's all the celebration I get? I wanted to see a little bit more off that one.
Hayward. To Marcus Smart. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
A couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kyle Lowry at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Walker into the front court. Down 3. Beyond the arc for 3. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's 2 for 2 now.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Lowry with it. Looking to make something happen. That's toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Kyle Lowry at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's struggled so far. Lowry converts the 3-point play as the Raptors able to extend their lead. To Walker. Here comes the screen. Walker to Cantor. And his Cantor above the rim. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Celtics have it. Has a look. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Cruises inside for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Cantor. And it's Cantor. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Lowry into the front court. Leads one. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
From the painted area, won't go down. Gasol. A pass taken away by the Celtics. To Kanter. And it's Kanter. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
Old school equals high percentage.
Nothing going here on that drive. It's the Celtics with the rebound. Brown into the front court. His team up by 1. Too much contact. And free throws coming.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Jaylen Brown, couple of free throws on the way. A career 65% free throw shooter. First one, count it. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Jeremy Lin. Kemba Walker with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Kyle Lowry trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's struggled so far. And add one more to his total. Walker with the basketball. Down a point. To Hayward. Able to convert inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. They trail by 1. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Celtics have it. Walker to Kanter. And it's Kanter. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lowry into the front court. Down by 1. To Lin. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Gasol. Lowry. And finishes strong.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. 19-footer at the buzzer. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 3 for 3 in this first half. Here's a steal. Dangerous pass. We reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
is Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Celtics have themselves a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Steals.
The story of this game so far has been the lack of ball security. Neither team could hold on to the ball, and unfortunately, it made the first half kind of tough to watch.
Player of the half.
Enes Kanter is doing everything he can on defense to get the win. He's blocking shots, he's getting steals, and he's setting the tone for his team.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Fred VanVleet over to the right side. To VanVleet. Enes Kanter rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Hayward. Rises for the slam.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Just off the mark. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Hayward to Kanter. Hayward unable to connect. Lowry with it. The deficit is 6. To Gasol. Marc Gasol looking good. 4 for 5.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Marcus Smart. Can't connect from in close.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chance.
Got a piece of it.
jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Lowry. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
And he connects on the first free throw. Two for two on that trip. To Marcus Smart. Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. To Lowry. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing the shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Boston with the basketball. To Marcus Smart. Walker. And he hits. Lowry to Van Vliet. From long range. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Lowry. Enes Kanter. Huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Ball's controlled by Boston. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Marcus Smart. Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To Kemba Walker. Trying to cash in. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Goaltending's called. Count the bucket. The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. Lowry into the front court. His guys down by 9. Semi Ojeleye swats it. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Celtics have it. Probing the defense. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His team up by 7. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Stanley Johnson, strong finish. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Nothing going here on that drive. Walker. Tough shot. He hits.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square.
Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
Substitution being made in this one. Lynn. No good. To Cantor. Raptors come away with it. Finish that. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Kemba Walker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. 15-footer at the buzzer, and he'll head to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Jeremy Lin has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Desperation shot here from half court. That ends the third quarter. The Celtics have the lead. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth quarter. They had the lead coming out of halftime. They were able to extend that lead in the third quarter.
A lot of fans and players get consumed with the big plays, but the coaches love seeing their teams continuing to do the little things. That's how you increase the lead.
Got him. Here we go. Here we go.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Lowry to Nowitzki. Short jumper misses. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Marcus Smart at the line for 2 shots. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Lowry to Ibaka. Jason Tatum snatching it out of the air.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Celtics have it. Hayward. The pass set it all up.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Lowry to Ibaka. From the painted area, won't go down. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys hold a commanding lead. A big finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Walker to Hayward. Walker. That's how you defend. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Kyle Lowry is going to get 3 shots here. Right now shooting 62% in this one. First free throw is good. It's the second. One more coming. Three for 3. Nice. Boston with the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Won't go. Nowitzki. Shot from the lane won't go. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys down big. Not that time. The follow won't go either. Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Walker. And counted at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Marcus Smart. The drive, right to the basket. Off the mark. Well contested.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Timeout Boston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Hayward. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Layup goes down. Well done.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Marcus Smart. Hayward. From the outside, no good. To Lowry, driving right to the basket. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Kyle Lowry, couple of free throws on the way. At the line so far, he's shooting 72%. Oops, he missed the first one. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Ball's controlled by Boston. Hayward. To Marcus Smart. Sizing up the defense. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Wide open look, won't go. Lowry into the front court. Down a bundle. For 3. Kyle Lowry is going to get a chance at 3 here. At this juncture, he's shooting 69% today. First one, count it. Second and 3 is good. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Celtics have it. Walker. Marc Gasol able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Deep 2 there, won't go. Walker with the basketball. His team on top by 13. Count the bucket for 2.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
And a pass stolen by Boston.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Raptors have the rebound. Lowry with it. Down by 15. Celtics able to clear the board. It's a victory here for the Celtics. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series, a 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics were solid in today's victory. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Defense. Player of the game.
Enes Kanter was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.
first round of the NBA playoffs continues as we get ready for Game 2 on EA Sports. From Amway Center in downtown Orlando, tonight the Orlando Magic taking on the Miami Heat. Hi again, everyone. Ed Cohen with my partner, Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Heat coming into play. They were the surprise winners in Game 1. And as a visiting club, just getting one of those first 2 games so important. They've got a chance now to get both.
And what a performance in Game 1. You steal the opener on the road, you take a home court advantage right away. Now you've got the opportunity to take real control and take a 2-0 lead back to your place for Game 3.
Fournier. Here comes the screen. Jonathan Isaac, defended by Myers Leonard. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Gordon shot, no good. Dragic into the front court. Just underway. Happy you're with us for Game 2. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Dragic to Butler. Has a chance. The shot by Butler, no. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Dion Waiters powers it through.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Here's Orlando with the basketball. To Gordon. Isaac. Nice pass to get things going.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
Butler into the front court. Lead is 2. Has a look. Jimmy Butler, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
The pro game has really come down to P&Rs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Augustine with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Aaron Gordon. Fournier. And the basket good at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Butler to bring it up. 2-point advantage. Nothing going here on that drive. Dragic to Butler. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Fournier to Gordon. Augustine sizing up Leonard. Trying to cash in. Not that time. Butler into the front court. Leads a bucket. To Dragic. No good. Gordon shoots, can't connect. Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. Butler. Nikola Vucevic sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Aaron Gordon. Good look that time, but off the mark. To Butler. Waiters to Butler. Fight to shoot for Miami. Dragic and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Now a whistle, and Orlando is going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Isaac. That's no good.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Short jumper misses. It's Orlando's ball. To Fournier. Isaac. They work it down to Aminu. Finger roll. Finishing with finesse.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Butler to bring it up. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. To Waiters. Butler. Rebound comes to Vucevic. Isaac. Jumper's good.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Butler against Al-Farouq Aminu. Nikola Vucevic snatching it out of the air. Augustine with it up top. Shot clock off as they look for a go-ahead bucket. Down a point. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is a first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets a tone for the rest of the game.
The screen sets him up for 2.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
It's the Heat with the possession. To Collison. Surveys the floor. Shot from the lane won't go. To Fultz. Can't get past the defender. Iguodala to bring it up. We're a minute into the second quarter. Almost, and he's not getting the call. To Fultz. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Mo Bamba at the line. First one, count it. So he hits the first, misses the second. Dragic with the basketball. Down 2. To Butler. Has a chance. The shot almost. Myers Leonard tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Butler. Jimmy Butler. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Butler for 2. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Dragic. Aaron Gordon rejects it. And the finish off the nice step through.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Fultz into the front court. They trail by 2. To Mo Bamba. Short jumper off the mark. Jimmy Butler, 4 out of 10.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. To Mo Bamba. Nikola Vucevic. He's 2 for 2 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Dragic to Waiters. Deep right corner. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Augustine, tough matchup against Butler. Kelly Olynyk pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Oh, he was wide open. And it's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
Magic basketball. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Butler to Waiters. Screen coming. Waiters to Dragic. Shot won't go. Shot clock violation. Time to shuffle things up. To Gordon. grab the board. Dragic into the front court. Down just a couple. To Butler. From the painted area, won't go down. Gordon to Fournier. Going to launch beyond the arc. Evan Fournier bothered just enough there. Dragic with it. His guys can hold for the final shot. Butler. Dragic. That misses with 3 seconds left. Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Magic will start the third quarter with a tie on the scoreboard. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets. The Heat don't have the advantage or the disadvantage after one half. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers.
Game track. Points in the paint.
I found it to be a refreshing first half of basketball. In the age of analytics and the three ball, it was nice to see guys battling for points in the paint.
Player of the half.
Butler has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon.
Who was cold?
Aaron Gordon couldn't buy a shot in the first half, even if he had the money. If I was a teammate, I'd be doing my best to remind him he's still got 2 more quarters to change things around. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that happen. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Magic have it. Fournier to Vucevic. Gordon. To Vucevic. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Gordon to Fournier. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Dragic with the basketball. Tie game, third quarter. Butler to Waiters. Here comes the screen. Dragic to Butler. Here's a chance from long range, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. In the front court, it's Augustine. Our score all even in this third quarter. To Fournier. Almost. Unlucky bounce.
And this is what I used to do all the time when I played. I would have a brilliant first half, second half. I would start to struggle a little bit, and then I would start to lie to myself. Don't worry, Jay Will. You're hot. You're hot right now. Get the ball and keep shooting. Sometimes you need to trick yourself psychologically to get yourself back in the game.
Down the lane, but the shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Rebound taken by Olynyk. Dion Waiters. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here comes the screen. Jonathan Isaac matched up with Jimmy Butler. Gordon. It's no good. Shots not going down. Butler into the front court. Lead is 2. To Waiters. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Gordon. To Fournier. Down to 5 on the 24. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Has a chance. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
And that footwork was absolutely off the charts. Just that space, splash.
It's the Heat with the possession. Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Waiters to Dragic. Can't connect from in close. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration. Coach of the Magic will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. To Fournier. Isaac. To Mo Bamba. And the rebound cleared by Gallinari. Collison into the front court. Leads a bucket. That pass stolen by Orlando. Fournier. Pass stolen by Miami. Collison to Butler. Here comes the screen. And the slam.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
To Vucevic. And throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Collison. Rejected.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Fournier. Vucevic. 4-3. DJ Augustine is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 86% from the line. First one goes down. And he hits the second. Three for 3. Nice. Miami with the basketball. To Collison. To Butler. 5 to shoot for Miami. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Magic have it. That ends the 3rd quarter. The Magic have the lead. So the Heat will have it to start this 4th and final quarter. We've got a 1-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money down the stretch. It's game time.
Waiters. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Fultz with the basketball. His team up by 1. Here comes the screen. Jonathan Isaac sizing up Leonard. Five to shoot for Orlando. Gets a look. Can't hit. Waiters to Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Goran Dragic. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Orlando has it. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Fultz doesn't get the bounce.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Markelle Fultz. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Dragic to Butler. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Mo Bamba, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. He'd have the basketball. Dragic. Jonathan Isaac swats it. That's his third block this evening.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
They'll go to Butler down low. Has a look. Rebounded by Isaac. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. Off the mark. Isaac to Mo Bamba. Gordon buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Butler. Here comes the screen. To Butler. Curling inside. Knocks it down from mid-range.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Now the Magic going to signal for a timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one remaining.
Well, you need execution in the chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Augustine with the basketball. Leads 4. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Butler to bring it up. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Nikola Vucevic with the block. Fourth this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Nikola Vucevic. He's now 5 for 6.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Butler. Trying to cash in. Rebound taken by the Magic. Magic own the possession. Gordon to Fournier. The screen sets him up for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Butler into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Dragic. Down to 5 on the 24. Waiters. That's good D. Shot no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Augustine, defended by Myers-Leonard. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Just off the mark. The Magic secure the victory. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series. A 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Magic came away with the victory in this one. And these are the kind of highlights I love to see. Check out the defensive effort that turns so many shots into really embarrassing moments. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Orlando Magic. The Heat put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game trap. Assists.
The Orlando Magic were very impressive in the way they shared the ball, giving each other the opportunity to not just take good shots, but great shots. That's what I believe made the difference for them in this game, that being the great assists.
Player of the game.
Nikola Vucevic made it his mission to destroy all kinds of shots. Well, mission accomplished.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.